Welcome to Government House here in Canberra on a beautiful day. My name is Gerard Martin and I am the Secretary to the Council for the Order of Australia and the Secretary to the Australian Bravery Decorations Council. I wish to acknowledge the Ngunnawal people as traditional custodians of the land we are meeting on today and as any other people or families with connection to the lands of the ACT and the region. I acknowledge and respect their continuing culture and the contribution they make to the life of this city and this region. I would also like to acknowledge and welcome any other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. I'd like to now acknowledge and welcome our official guests this morning, Major General Sue Graham, representing the Chief of Army, Commodore Colin Dagg, representing the Chief of Navy, Air Vice Marshal Wendy Blythe, representing the Chief of Air Force, Ms Shelley Rays, Chair of the Order of Australia Council, and Dr Joseph Johnson, representing the ACT Order of Australia Association. The Australian honour system is an important mechanism to recognise and celebrate ordinary people who do extraordinary things. Today is a special day not only for recipients, but also for their families, their friends and their communities. It is a day when we celebrate a diverse range of impressive achievements and service. Here at Government House, we're privileged to play a small part in the recognition and celebration of that achievement. I hope we can help make today an occasion that you will recall with pride for years to come. Shortly, I'll invite you to stand, if you're able, as the Governor-General enters the room. Please then remain standing for the Australian National Anthem. After I read the names and citations of recipients, the recipients will enter the room from the doorway on my right, and once reading a biography of their service and they have been invested, they will leave by the centre aisle to take their seats at the back of the room. At this point, you may like to show each of them a short round of applause in recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, please now stand for the arrival of Her Excellency, the Governor-General of the Commonwealth of Australia, and the singing of the Australian National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Thank you. Please be seated. And I now invite the Governor-General to make some remarks.
Thank you, Gerard, and good morning, everybody, on this incredibly special day here at Government House. As Gerard has done, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting and gathering on the lands of the Ngunnawal people and pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that acknowledgement to all people who have long connections to the ACT and the surrounding regions. And I also want to acknowledge any First Nations people who join us for this wonderful ceremony this morning. I join Gerard in acknowledging our distinguished guests. And I want to thank, at the very beginning, the RMC Band, who you'll hear more of during the course of this morning. But the RMC Band join us for these wonderful celebrations so generously and skillfully. They bring the beauty of their music to all of our celebrations, and I'm delighted that they're here and that you'll hear from them during the course of the morning. And we couldn't have a more beautiful, glorious Canberra spring morning. It is absolutely but it's beaming. I'm beaming because of the wonderful sunshine and the extraordinary celebration of spring that you can see around Government House and our garden. This is a place of peace and welcome where absolutely everybody belongs and everybody is welcome. As you may know, I am the first Canberra-born Governor-General, and there is something very special about the privilege that I have to preside over this ceremony here at Yarralumla celebrating those Australians who have given so much of their lives to the people and places of this country. It's even more special in this 50th anniversary year of the founding of our honours system, which has already been recognising so many Australians over the course of that half century from so many different walks of life. During this year, we've taken every opportunity we could to mark the birthday of our honours system. As a national honours system, the acts of service, integrity, creativity and care that we recognise today, the achievements in so many fields of endeavour, are mirrored in cities, towns and regions right across the country. And they're also being recognised at this time of the year in ceremonies just like this, taking place in government houses in every state. In Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Hobart, Adelaide and Darwin, Australians are gathering with friends and families, just as we are this morning, to be invested with their insignia. I hope, like them, your memories of today will be cherished and reflected upon long into the future. As Governor-General and Chancellor of the Order of Australia, I have been fortunate to be sharing in investitures taking place out of session and far from the formality of this drawing room. It's been a very special set of occasions that I've been able to preside at. Most recently, I travelled to the north of Australia for two profoundly moving investiture ceremonies. The first was in Rockhampton in July. It was to posthumously present the Victoria Cross for Australia to Private Richard Norden. He was awarded for an act of supreme courage during the Vietnam War, where he was 19. Private Norden died only a few years later, back here in Canberra, aged 24, in the course of his duties as an ACT police officer. His VC had been a very long time in coming, and his family were overjoyed that he could be recognised in the city where they now call home, Rockhampton. He was from Gundagai, and they expected they'd have to come here to Canberra for the investiture, but they asked whether they could celebrate in their hometown now in Rockhampton. It meant that so many more of their friends, family, and the old colleagues of Richard Norden could participate in such an historic occasion. The second posthumous award was presented in the same week. We moved from Rockhampton to Arnhem Land, and it was to invest Dr. G. Yunupingu with the highest civilian honour in our country, the Companion of the Order of Australia. For Dr. Yunupingu's investiture, the family and his community had asked us to travel to his home, East Arnhem Land. There we were welcomed on Gummidge Land by his family and by his community, who led a deeply moving traditional ceremony. On the red earth, in the afternoon warm light of the Northern Territory, with Yolngu dancing, I was proud to present the Order of Australia insignia to Dr. Yunupingu's daughter, Bimila Yunupingu. It carried huge significance. I'm very delighted that a First Nations woman herself and chair of the Council of the Order of Australia, Shelley Rays, joined us for those proceedings. It brought a great deal of weight and a great deal of significance to the people of Northeast Arnhem Land. And it was important to us as an expression of care that we were guided by the family's own wishes and traditions in bestowing that award. And we'll continue to do that for those for whom this kind of ceremony may not be right. Those two were a mark of, I think, the 50th anniversary of our awards. They were all full of tradition, but they met the expectations of those families. Finally, in August, during a state visit to Singapore, I had the great privilege to invest the former Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, with the insignia of his appointment as an honorary Companion of the Order of Australia for his services to the remarkable and long-standing bilateral relationship between Australia and Singapore. So from its very beginning, the Order of Australia has recognised truly remarkable people. And as the unique ceremonies in Rockhampton, Arnhem Land and Singapore demonstrate, as they do here in Yarralumla, the qualities embodied in the diverse people we recognise represents the very best of modern Australia. And there is no one form of achievement in the Order of Australia. As you'll hear this morning, as we all pay close attention to Jared's reading of each of the citations for those who will receive their insignia in a moment, your lasting impact on the world is not bound by geography, status, interests, careers, ability, age, or gender. Instead, it is an uplifting expression of the power of care, kindness, and respect that you've embedded into your own diverse and myriad interactions with people, with issues and concerns, with communities, and the country and the world around you. Care for one another, care for those who care for others, care for our extraordinary continent and its environmental beauty, care for civics and institutions, and care for the way in which we discuss and debate the issues of our time without judgment, anger, or violence. That's exactly what I have the enormous privilege of seeing and feeling in this room today, and we'll see it across this very special week of investitures. It's a privilege for all of us to learn about the stories of those we will soon invest and to take them wherever we go. I certainly take those stories wherever I go and repeat them to Australians and those overseas who want to know what the best of Australia looks like. To the honorees, thank you for everything that you have done and what you continue to do every day as remarkable Australians. And thank you also to your families, friends and colleagues, many of whom are here today or maybe watching on the online stream. They've nurtured and supported you. They've been with you the whole way. They join you in celebrating today, and I thank them for all their support of you. On behalf of all Australians this morning, I am proud and delighted to congratulate all of those who will shortly receive their insignia. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'd now like to take this opportunity to thank and acknowledge the RMC band and the vocalist and invite them to play a brief interlude while our recipients get in position to receive their insignia. Your Excellency, to be appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia in the General Division was Wendy McCarthy for eminent service to children and youth, to health, to the arts, to business, to the community and to women's leadership. With unwavering dedication to advancing social change, Ms. Wendy McCarthy's impact to the Australian community has been profound. As Chair of the Parenthood Alliance and Deputy Chair of Good Start Early Learning, she has been a driving force behind organisations empowering women and a champion of men's roles in caregiving. She is a lifelong learner who has devoted her professional and working life to building stronger communities and to the betterment of women and children here in Australia and around the world. Ms. Wendy McCarthy, appointed a Companion of the Order. To be appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Distinguished Professor Graham Stevens, for eminent service to atmospheric and meteorological science, particularly cloud physics, to climate change research, and as a mentor. Professor Stevens has made a remarkable contribution in the field of atmospheric and climate science. As co-director at the Centre for Climate Sciences within the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, he is a world authority in the dynamics of clouds and their role in the climate system. Professor Stevens' impact extends beyond his own research, spanning observations, theory, and numerical modelling, and ranging from detailed mathematics and physics of light to big picture descriptions of the climate system. His achievement in his chosen field is exceptional. Distinguished Professor Graham Stevens appointed a Companion of the Order. To be appointed a Companion of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Professor Jennifer Westacott, for eminent service to business, to tertiary education administration, to the mental health sector and to the community. Professor Westacott's contributions and impact span many fields of endeavour. As Chancellor of Western Sydney University and in a number of executive and non-executive roles, she brings passion, focus and dedication to everything she does. Driven by the overall improvement of the health and welfare of Australians, Professor Westacott is a champion for mental health and a powerful advocate for the needs of LGBTIQA+ and of Indigenous students in remote Australia. She is a role model and a leader in several fields of endeavour. Professor Jennifer Westacott appointed a Companion of the Order. To be appointed an Officer of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Roger Franzen, for distinguished service to the space sector, to complex systems engineering, and to aerospace and satellite communications technology. The continued development of Australia's space sector is largely thanks to the work and passion of Mr. Franzen. Mr. Franzen has worked as a Director and Principal Consultant of Earthspace, Chair of the Space Industry Association of Australia, and within the National Committee on Space Engineering at Engineers Australia. He exemplifies professionalism and humility, constantly demonstrating an unwavering commitment to excellence, and has been pivotal in the successful execution of projects showcasing Australia's capabilities. He has empowered countless individuals to contribute to this vital sector, creating an enduring legacy. Mr. Roger Franzen, appointed an Officer of the Order. To be appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Professor Raymond Lovett, for significant service to Indigenous health and research as an epidemiologist. Wongabon Nyampa Man Professor Lovett is an exceptional leader and researcher who integrates cultural insight with epidemiological expertise. He is co-founder and associate director of culture and wellbeing research at the Yajura Walani Centre, director and principal investigator at Makiwai Study, and founding and executive member at the Mayam Ngari Wingara Indigenous Data Sovereignty Collective at the Australian National University. Professor Lovett exemplifies excellence in culturally respectful research and public health strategies, and is a trailblazer whose work enriches public health, cultural understanding and equity. Professor Raymond Lovett, appointed a member of the Order. To be appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Michael Young, for significant service to the project management industry and to hockey. Over more than 20 years, Mr. Young has made an extensive and remarkable contribution to the project management industry as a volunteer. And as a recognised industry leader and academic, he has performed numerous board and advisory roles, helping local, state and federal governments improve their service delivery capabilities. Alongside his service across the International Project Management Association, the Australian Institute of Project Management and Innovation and Business Skills Australia, Mr. Young has also contributed to Hockey ACT, serving as a board member, umpire and coach. Mr. Young has an extensive record of achievement and contribution across the communities that he has served. Mr. Michael Young, appointed a member of the Order. To be appointed a member of the Order of Australia in the Military Division, Air Commodore Veronica Tyler, for exceptional service in personnel capability management, supply assurance, enterprise resource planning and joint logistics development. Air Commodore Tyler is a senior logistician who has made lasting contributions in several key areas of the Australian Defence Force. She has worked to advance personnel capability through remediation of workforce health issues and enhanced stocktake performance and inventory management, especially in logistics governance. Air Commodore Tyler also improved enterprise resource planning and was pivotal in driving advances in joint logistics, especially in interoperability with the United States Armed Forces. Air Commodore Veronica Tyler, appointed a member of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mrs. Carol Gathercole, for service to the community as a swimming teacher. As a teacher, mentor and guide, Mrs. Gathercole is passionate about supporting others to learn valuable skills and to reach their goals in life. She has been a swimming teacher and coach since 1958 and continues to teach at Canberra Girls Grammar School. She was awarded life membership of the Australian Swimming Coaches and Teachers Association for her years of work. Mrs. Gathercole has made an extraordinary contribution to drowning prevention and water safety in the ACT and has earned widespread respect and gratitude for her tireless and continuing dedication to the community. Mrs. Carol Gathercole awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. David Luck, for service to people with a disability. Mr. Luck's positive attitude and strong commitment to helping others is at the heart of his service to the community. Former President of People with Disabilities ACT, Mr. Luck also volunteered for MS Australia and ACT support group members of Polio New South Wales and Polio Australia. He was a key member of the organising team for the Belconnen Community Fun Run. Mr. Luck's work in the disability space is shaped by the insights of his lived experience. As a volunteer and a friend to those in need, he has changed lives for the better across the community. Mr. David Luck awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mrs. Fudiko Riki, for service to the community of Bathurst. Mrs. Riki has made a powerful contribution to Japanese language education in Australia and cultural exchange between Australia and Japan. Over 3 decades, Mrs. Riki has been pivotal in creating and sustaining the two-way relationship between Bathurst and its sister city, Okuma, in Japan, through visits and homestays by officials and residents of both cities. As a teacher at All Saints College, Mrs. Riki wrote a number of Japanese textbooks for her students. She has left a lasting mark on her school, the community of Bathurst, and Australia's friendship with Japan. Mrs. Fudiko Riki awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, Mr. Nigel Webster, for service to child safety and to veterans. Mr. Webster's many hours of selfless volunteer work have made an enduring impact on the community. His involvement with Kids Safe Australia since 1993 flows from his belief that every child should be guaranteed a safe start to life. As President of the Military Historical Society of Australia and Secretary of the ACT Reserve Force Day Council, he helps share our national history of service and sacrifice. Mr. Nigel Webster, awarded the Medal of the Order. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross, Colonel Travis Gordon, for outstanding achievement as Australia's Defence Advisor to Papua New Guinea. In an increasingly contested environment, Colonel Gordon has enhanced Australia's standing as Papua New Guinea's leading security and defence partner. Colonel Gordon has overseen Australia's response to pandemic-era national elections and multiple natural disasters, demonstrating that the people of Papua New Guinea can consistently rely on Australia in times of need. Colonel Travis Gordon, awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross, Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Markham, for outstanding achievement as the Staff Officer Grade 1 Development for the Land Command Control Communications and Computing Program in Army Headquarters. Lieutenant Colonel Markham demonstrates strong leadership, intellect and work ethic in all he does. His work helped transform the Communications and Computing Program in Army Headquarters, enabling Army's communications and computing capability to meet the demands of emerging and future challenges as described in the Defence Strategic Review 2023. Lieutenant Colonel Markham's outstanding analysis led to an accelerated approval and delivery pathway. Lieutenant Colonel Stephen Markham, awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal, Lieutenant Commander Kieran Davis, for meritorious achievement as the Weapons Electrical Engineering Officer in HMAS Toowoomba. Lieutenant Commander Davis has demonstrated excellent engineering management and superior leadership. His tireless efforts to address legacy issues with phased array radar and combat management systems significantly improved the operational capabilities of the Anzac class. Lieutenant Commander Davis has contributed greatly to operational readiness and mission success. Lieutenant Commander Kieran Davis, awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal, Captain Jennifer Graham, for meritorious achievement as the Commanding Officer of HMAS Warramunga on Regional Presence Deployment and Operations Resolute and Savile. Captain Graham consistently demonstrates excellent initiative, drive and resilience. She has displayed commendable leadership and flexibility in preparing HMAS Warramunga for operational deployment, overcoming complex and changing circumstances. Her dedication and ability to pivot to new missions, including rapid responses to Operations Resolute and Savile, have significantly enhanced the operational readiness and success of Warramunga and the Royal Australian Navy. Captain Jennifer Graham awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal. To be awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal, Major Timothy Doust, for meritorious achievement in the reorganisation and enhancement of the Army Aboriginal Community Assistance Program. Major Doust's technical prowess and dedication in his position as Officer Commanding and Senior Project Engineer of the 11th Works Section have been an asset to the Australian Army. His detailed review of the program led to the identification of shortfalls and project delays. He then overhauled the delivery schedule, renegotiated contracts and optimised funding, creating significant savings to Army and ensuring the successful and timely delivery of projects to the Indigenous community across the nation. Major Timothy Doust awarded the Conspicuous Service Medal. To be awarded the Public Service Medal, Mr. Andrew Pfeiffer, for outstanding public service for the co-founding of the Australian Public Sector Neurodiversity Community of Practice. Mr. Pfeiffer is an advocate for the full participation of neurodivergent people in the Australian public sector. He co-founded the Australian Taxation Office's Neurodiversity Network in 2021, the Australian Public Sector Neurodiversity Community Practice in 2022, and was appointed by the Minister of Social Services to the National Autism Strategy Oversight Council in 2023. Mr. Pfeiffer jointly led the campaign to advocate for the design and implementation of an APS employee census question on neurodiversity, resulting in an increase in understanding of neurodiversity at work and in the broader community. Mr. Andrew Pfeiffer awarded the Public Service Medal. To be awarded the Public Service Medal, Dr. Julie Quinn, for outstanding public service in the management of biosecurity risks. Dr. Quinn's outstanding work to preserve the Australian environment has focused on tackling the invasive species and diseases that threaten native animals and plants. As an engaging and respectful science communicator, Dr. Quinn has supported Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, government, farmers, landholders, and animal welfare groups to come together to address feral cat control. Her guidance and significant input contributed to the Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water's threat abatement plan to address a wide range of environmental threats. Dr. Julie Quinn awarded the Public Service Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentations for this morning. Let's give one last round of applause to all our recipients today. I'll shortly invite the recipients to join Her Excellency for a formal photograph at the state entrance, and then in a moment, everyone else is welcome to move to the lakeside lawn for